What is going on, everybody? Back again with video number 2, and as you can see here, we got some more parts. So I'm not sure for those of you who actually saw the first video, but this is video number 2, like I said. As you can see from my nice lovely rust, there's rust here, here, and here. So with that being said, this is no good. So obviously this needs to be replaced, which is essentially what this piece is here. So the issue I'm having is the hardware snapped off, and the locking mechanism right here, this little knob thing here, is it's not turning, or it's broken inside. I gotta really figure it out. So in order for me to get the hatch open, I gotta do this nifty little trick. So let me show you real quick. So I gotta bring this forward if I can find it. So there's a latch right here, gotta lift, comes up like that, rolls forward, and goes like that. Like I said, I still haven't cleaned the latch, or cleaned the interior, but as you can see, that's the plastic piece from the front that is over there next to the sunroof cover, fishbowl gang. And pretty much here, what I have to do is a little latch right here, push it out of the way and push. Luckily for me, the trunk shocks actually work. So all I gotta do is remove the little latch, push, the door opens. So as you can see here, this is before the previous owner. He said, well, he had it for like a year. He said that he's not sure what the owner before him did, but he couldn't get the latch open. YouTube how to open the latch, super easy, right? And the latch was, so essentially you push here to lock, as so, right? Then you push this little tab and it unlocks. Simple as that, right? So let's see. So this, like I said, the locking mechanism, this little piece here is broken, doesn't turn. Like, I guess it's maybe because since the whole latch is loose, it doesn't get like the proper grip or something like that. Not sure, but like, see, it's supposed to go and turn with it. So my assumption is it's right here, this little notch is broken from that. So I'm gonna see if I can swap over the locks, get it to work. So before I keep going, I wanted to show you guys essentially the part that is getting replaced, which is the tub. As you can see, previous owner, I guess, had a yellow one and painted it black. Not sure what he was doing with that. And this one was made in Canada, and this one was made in Mexico. So hopefully the parts go perfectly together. Got to start taking the tape. Also, it's color matched, so I'm thinking maybe painting this. Did I put the paint? This color doesn't really match, but then again the car is dusty, so it's a little hard to see, but looks like it might match up. So get this cleaned, prep for paint, get this one off, and then we'll see how things go. All right, so the tape is off. So I'll show you guys. So see, that is one of the nuts that's supposed to hold it, and as you can see, it's just flopping around. So I gotta figure out how to take all this off, because the previous owner broke this little arm here. So if all I have to do is replace this arm on the other one, we're good to go. Obviously that is a different lock than this one, so I have to figure that out because the key's gonna be different. So long story short, this thing here lifts. Well, if I can get it to come up from, as you can see, there's still a little bit of tape there, but essentially these broke off the actual housing itself right there, and it was letting water inside. So I will take this off and see how I can remove it. One thing I did forget is the actual lights, the harness itself. Not sure how I can do it from here, but gotta remove those because obviously it's connected to the lights, and then I'll pull everything out. Once I take those off, it's got two little tabs, which I got fat hands, but tab here looks like that, same on the inside. So once I get that out, I'll come back. All right, so I was kind of battling it for a while, but this is essentially pushed out from this little, I guess, nipple, if you want to call it that, and it should release. And no. Oh, so we're doing this so we can learn, figure out what's stuck. Oh, there's another harness back there that's stuck. Now I gotta figure out where it goes, so give me a second. All right, so this is the switch here, I guess, that was attached to the harness that was not letting me take it out, which essentially is this one. That's why it looks so fuzzy and, I guess, crap. But now I gotta fish this connector, see if I can get it through here. And there's a dog crying behind me, so I don't know if you guys can hear it, but hopefully that does it. And one more. Sorry to kind of make you guys wait, but that's essentially the one that's missing right there, and then everything comes off. So let me take that off and we'll come back. All right, so last but not least, this little nipple right there goes into this little circle, and latch is free. So, like I was saying, see what it looks like behind. Essentially here, 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 and there. It's got 4 bolts, which are those. Looks like that. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust there that I'll probably end up painting. Do a wire wheel, try to get as much surface rust as I can. If I got a Bondo, I'll Bondo, spray over, get these bolts out of there because obviously the new one's got to go. But yeah, debating on whether to paint it gloss black. I mean, either way, the car's gonna get repainted itself, but that's, you know, I could try to repurpose this one, like RTV the bolts back in there, use this tub again, but I don't know. I'm still debating it, so we shall see in a little bit. All right, so this is what I have so far. This is the one that's obviously attached, or was attached to my car. Not sure what's broken just yet. My guess is probably this arm here. There's something that's loose because, like, if you look at this one, well, I mean, you can't feel it, but it gives me some pushback here, super light. So I'm thinking maybe this arm is worn out, because again, if I can use this, or at least the lock, I'm golden, because obviously I don't have the key for that. Well, you wouldn't know, but I don't have the key for this one. I have the key for that one. That's obviously matches the car, but this is the one I want. But if I could just use the parts that are good here for this, I can reuse that tub. Once I clean paint it, I'm gonna probably wash, wax, and clay it, or wash, clay, and wax it, and then go from there. Because I don't know, I would have to pull out the bolts to see if this is even salvageable. If not, I'm gonna go with that one. And I just saw this, which is pretty cool, made in Mexico. My hatch cover, so that's cool. But yeah, I'll figure this out and come back to you guys. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys from the inside what it looked like. So essentially they're mounted here. They look like little 8 mils, but all 4 are rusted off. As you see, one of the previous owners tried to glue something here, but failed miserably. And then water was getting into the actual car. But this is what it looks like, pretty much. So once I get those off, this one, and obviously same thing on the other side, I should be able to figure out whether I want to reuse that one or paint that one. I'll probably paint it just because of the fact that this one's broken. And I don't know how long I want to trust those screws for, or if I'll do a good job with the RTV or not, but I'm going to test out the lock. long story short, this arm that turns the locking mechanism here was just like slide in and out. And on the other one, the one that came with this one, the piece was actually a lot thicker. Like I had to force it in physically for it to go in. So I'm gonna test the lock real quick, see if that works. If it does, obviously I'm gonna be happy. If not, I gotta figure out how to get this key out because I don't have the key. And then I would have to swap the actual key tabs inside. Oh, never mind. That works too. Yeah, well, let's see how it goes, and if not, we'll go from there. So upon further inspection, by the way, got the lock to work. I think that little arm was what was keeping it from opening. But as you can see here, the plastic is held on, or is holding on to the actual tabs, so they're not going anywhere. It's got all 4 or 6. I gotta figure out what these 2 are for. See if I gotta remove those bolts from here, which looks like I do because there's a broken tab there. And I'm not sure where the, oh, well, that's the only one that actually works, but doesn't even have a screw. But as you can see here, tabs are completely sheared off. And then the foaming itself, it's like wasted here. So I think I'm just gonna transfer this one over. Transfer the lights, obviously, because these are at least a little bit clean. I could probably polish those compared to these, if I can get it. So I don't lose the screws. Like, looks like they spray painted over them. Looks too funky for my taste. Yeah, see, they're blacked out. I mean, if my bulbs, I haven't even checked, but if my bulbs don't work, I hope that those work. So yeah, so I'm gonna paint this one. So I'm gonna go wash it. Shout out to Chemical guys. If you're watching this, sponsor me, because I love these products. I'm gonna scrub it with a brush, hand mitt. Obviously this isn't anything important like the body of the car, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it, but what I will do is clay it and polish it, so that, or just clay it, paint it, let the paint dry obviously overnight, and then polish it. But I will show you guys how it looks. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm still debating on whether I should just paint it or polish it, toss it on, because this is the faded color, because obviously, like I said, it used to be yellow. I'll probably just paint it over and then just toss it on. Like, this part's not too important to me. If anything, I'll just plasti dip it black. But yeah, sorry for the back and forth, but obviously that's what this video is for, figuring things out as we record. So yeah, let's get to washing this piece. I'm not sure if it's going to be a little hard to see or not, but just out the way. Long story short, as I was painting it, or sorry, as I was cleaning it, more of the paint came off actually. So yeah, I'm for sure going to paint it now. I'm going to wipe it down, throw some brake cleaner on it to kind of get the grease off of it, and start painting. And then I'll take you guys along the ride. I'll probably not paint the back, just because I don't really care, but I'll probably mask off the inside just a little bit, and then make sure I get the edges all around. I don't want any yellow to show, but as you can see here with the water, that's kind of how I want it to look, glossy like the rest of the car, or at least close to it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So sorry if it's a little hard to hear me, but they are spraying for bugs, as you can tell by all that smoke. This place is super bad with mosquitoes. But yeah, wrap the inside. Like I said, it's mostly the seal that I tried to wrap, just because I don't want it to get like chunky, full of paint. But I'm gonna paint all inside of here, all around the edges, and yeah, let's get to it. Well, definitely not my best work, but had a little drop right there because these cans have a tendency of dripping for whatever reason. But this is what it looks like. Could be better. Just got some like water spots, or not water spots. That little smear right there, that's from the previous paint. But overall, I think I got it all. Yeah, even the edge there. Edge here still needs a little bit more, but it's good to go. I am going to let it dry and then toss it on the car. So I'll see you guys when we get to that point. So another thing I wanted to do was obviously transfer the lights from the old plate. And man, I got some hella little, yeah, they're called Hella. That's the brand. License plate lights, that's pretty dope. This is the old one. I guess this is like the little seal that goes in between. This was full of dirt, like bad. So, you know, ran it through some water, some soap, scrubbed it. As you can see, the old one, you could barely even see inside because how dirty it is. So I'm definitely gonna put a little bit of wax on these just to kind of polish it, run the wheel by it, make them shine a little bit. Just, you know, it's the little things that piece it all together. So let me get to that and I'll show you guys how it looks at the end. Figured I would show you guys how dirty they are. So there's a little comparison right here, you guys can see. Yep, night and day. Like, that's full of dirt, that's clean. I haven't polished it yet, but like I said, it's full of dirt. Ran some water and soap through it, scrubbed it, and this is the final result. So I'm gonna take these apart and go polish them. So it's a very subtle difference. This is the one I just grabbed some wax, buffed it in there. Some subtle differences, but you can, it's kind of hard to tell in video, but this one's a lot shinier than this one in person. Not by much, but you know, like I said, it's the little things. I know there's a little bit of rust built up in there, so whatever. I'm just trying to get the car put together so I can go back inside. It's already 8:30, so gotta go inside, get ready for tomorrow. All right, so we are losing daylight as I speak, so we are going to kind of rush this, but here's a little comparison. Is the new one, is the old one. I get it, blacks don't really match, but you know what, it'll get the job done. And like I said, the car will essentially be painted in the future, so you know, as long as it looks good for now, it's passable. So I'm gonna install the lights, all the wiring, put the lock back in. Once it's in the car, I'll show you guys how it looks. All right, she's bolted in, everything's good to go, and there she is. Definitely does not match the body paint, but hey, we got the job done. That's all that matters. Lights work. I'm hoping that this is sealed, or it seals for that matter. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's way off, but hey, like I said, it works. I'm gonna see how I can get rid of these fingerprints. If not, it's gonna be all over the trunk, but oh well. But there it is. I think we did it, boys. Forgot, let's test it real quick, see if it works. Yep. Might need to two-hand this, but bam. So essentially, this is the locking mechanism from inside. It's vacuumed, or vacuum driven, so well, yeah, I can't even do it by hand anymore. But long story short, that it comes down, rotates this, and this lever here is what opens that latch to releases it. So there you go, and that's it. So like I said, boom, right there. So she bolted all up, ready to go. Probably leave her in the garage tonight since she's already there. But yeah, there you go. Obviously, shout out to Dub Empire. Miss my homie Alex. And yeah, there she goes. There she is. Probably give her a wash tomorrow because she's dirty. Got another project coming up, which will include the cluster. So I'll make a video on that one. And then again, if you made it this far in the video, I do appreciate you because, you know, I took my time to do this. Hoping, you know, you guys have something cool to watch or something to entertain you, if you will. So I thank you for your time. Peace.